Alright, let's see what kind of trouble we can get to in town.
Market day is clearly over. The streets are much emptier now. That's just fine with me. I've still got plenty of things I can do, like visit Tobias.
Oh, Tobias, yeah, that's gonna be a pleasure.
Maybe I could also stop by the inn and see if the captain of the guard is there again. But first, I need to see if I can find Madame Ghede's shop. She seemed to know a lot about Mother and I. I'm so curious to learn more. I don't have a clue where her shop is, though. I'll have to ask around.
Surely someone will know.
This looks like it is it, yes.
Looks pretty odd and mystical anyway.
Well, here I am. It's the first time I'm here, but this place wasn't hard to find. It really stands out. I don't see Madame Ghede anywhere. Is she out? Just look at everything here.
I wonder if she has Majora's Mask somewhere back there. These other things.
That one kind of looks like the mask guy, the mask seller.
The Happy Mask Man?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Skulls, candles. I don't even know what that is. I wonder if I should have come.
Probably best if we don't know what that is, actually.
Don't touch anything.
Of course.
Ah, you surprised me. Oh, child, it's you. I mistook you for one of those mindless town folk.
You seem to do that pretty often. Mistaking people.
It's impossible to even leave for lunch without one of them coming in and breaking something.
Maybe you should try locking the door.
Then why do you do it? I have to eat sometime, right?
Yeah, and that's what locks are for, or a sign saying we're closed. Unless they just break in, but then...
I meant, why do you leave your store open? Doesn't it attract thieves?
Exactly.
These people might be clumsy, but they won't take any risks if they don't have to. Especially when it involves stealing from a witch. But earlier you said you're not a witch, but you keep saying she is one.
But she keeps saying things about her being a witch as well. She's just weird. I don't know.
Did I? Well, what I am hardly matters. What matters is what people believe of me. It's most helpful. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. Of course you understand. You're a bright girl, just like your mother.
About that.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about. You act like you knew my mother, but I don't remember you.
Weren't we, like, she died during childbirth, so then of course...
Yeah.
Well,
I did know your mother, but not as well as you'd like. I know you, too. How did you two meet? A few months before you were born, your mother had some health problems.
And apparently during as well.
She came to me for help. I wouldn't say we were close friends, but I learned many of her secrets. I see. Can you tell me what Mother was like? I only know of her from what Father told me. Oh, I have nothing but respect for her. She was a strong and clever woman who wouldn't settle for the boring life that was expected of her. She was ambitious, motivated, and she always knew how to get what she wanted. How strange. Father always spoke of her as if she was an angel. Humble, caring, and a hopeless romantic. How is that strange? Those aren't conflicting descriptions. Can't a woman be smart and independent and still want to be a good mother and wife? She was also practical and brilliant at business. Better than your father, to be honest.
Ah, she had the brains in the family.
Wow, I never knew. With everything Father said, she seemed more mythical than anything else. Truly. You know, you're rather similar to your mother. The two of you have the same spark.
Ah, that's good to know. Why would we say that one? That's not exactly what she was hinting at, I don't think.
I don't know. And we seem to be pretty independent.
Yeah, how do you know?
It might be true, but how would you know that? Even if you did know Mother, you hardly know anything about me.
She seems to know more than we think she does, which is kind of odd, but I guess we'll find out.
Hehehe. Well, you surely are a clever one. It's true I don't know you well, but I've observed you recently. You observed me? I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that. I'm sorry, I just wanted to know how my friend's daughter was faring. And it was impossible to just go and visit you. Is that Carmosa's doing? Ah, Lady Carmosa. Your father always was attracted to extraordinary women. He may have had a good heart, but he was a little disconnected from reality. Without your mother's guidance, he likely would have lost his title and fortune in no time.
Wow.
Carmosa also has the brains and ambition necessary to manage his estate. She's an excellent choice for a second wife and an incredible person.
She's right in that respect. Like, she certainly knows how to handle things.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not a nice person, but she definitely seems capable, at least, of doing whatever it is she's doing.
Mm-hmm. I suppose if you look at it that way, Carmosa is pretty capable. From what I've heard, she hasn't had it easy. I know she had to work hard to get and stay where she is. I mean, the house is still standing after all, so clearly she knows what she's doing. But that doesn't make me like her anymore. That's the price she had to pay. She couldn't get to this position by worrying about who likes her. But even knowing that, she put her family first and gave up personal happiness for the sake of the house. That's something worth respecting. Certainly I respect her. I understand what you're saying, but it's still hard for me to like her. As long as you respect her sacrifice, you're a wise child.
All right, cool.
No matter which path you choose to pursue in life, you'll have to sacrifice something after all.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good.
By the way, how are Carmosa's daughters? Are you getting along?
Is that a subtle hint that we're going to sacrifice one of them?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of in between, I'd say.
Yeah.
They're not the worst, but they're kind of a bit bad.
Yeah.
If we're being completely honest. But which one would we tell her? We'll not complain too much. I don't want to be like a whiner, so they're not that bad.
Well, I assume you can imagine how Carmosa's daughters would be. They keep me at arm's length. They're troubled, confused, hurt, and they often hide behind cruelty or cynicism. But underneath that all, they're just normal girls. I think as they mature, our relationship will get better.
If they ever mature.
I only hope that with time, they'll be able to free themselves from Carmosa's toxic influence. But for now, it's still very difficult to live with them. It seems that things are difficult for you. You're not very happy with your life these days, aren't you? You could say that. And what are you doing? What do you mean?
Oh, I'm not doing a whole lot of much, actually.
If you don't like your life, then you have to be the one to change it. Otherwise, everything you say is just whining. I definitely want my life to change. Then what's your plan? I have my ways.
I have my ways.
That sounds so funny.
I guess we're just kind of waiting to learn more.
Yeah.
At this point, trying to figure out what's going on with
We've
the whole
got
thing.
some things lined up, but we're waiting to find out more information.
Not sure what's going on with that yet. So it's kind of a combination between these two, but I feel like this is probably the better one.
Yeah. I don't really have a plan yet.
Well, that makes it sound a lot worse than I was thinking.
Yeah. Why not? Are you expecting things to just work themselves out? Of course not. It's just that I don't know enough to form a real plan. I don't want to act brashly. I get the feeling there's a lot more going on that I don't know about. Carmosa is acting strangely. If I could figure out what she's up to, maybe I could use that to my advantage. I'm also wondering if I could find a way to reclaim the estate from her somehow. I'm my father's only daughter, after all. There's almost always a way to bend the law to your will. It might not be very kind, though. Anyway, it doesn't seem you have a very clear idea of what you want yet. That's not what we were trying to say, though.
Yeah, that's kind of the opposite of what I had planned. Well, whatever.
I promised your mother that I'd help you, and I will, but you yourself need to know what you want first.
Things always go like this.
Come see me once you're ready to move forward, and we'll talk about your options. Did you really promise my mother you'd help me? Of course I did, girl. I had no reason to lie about that. You must get going now, though. Wait, I still have so many questions. I have a lot of work to do, I'm afraid. I can't afford any disturbances. I'm sure we'll have another chance to talk. I'll do my best to answer your questions then. You remind me so much of your mother, and I'm sure that you'll be just fine.
Except for what you said before, but sure.
Thank you. Goodbye. Take care, girl. If she was told to look after us, she sure waited a while before she did it.
Certainly so. I don't know what to think about all that.
Me neither. I must admit, I don't know what to think about Madame Ghede after we talked. I can't tell when she's being serious or sarcastic, if she's giving me advice or just mocking me, or both. And maybe I'm just not used to acts of selflessness, but I get suspicious when someone outright offers to help me with all my problems. Makes me wonder if they don't have some hidden agenda, especially if it's the town witch. Looks like my mother was quite special to make such interesting acquaintance. A witch. Ha! Still, she seems genuinely interested in helping me, and can I really be picky here? I won't be forgetting the conversation we just had anytime soon, that's for sure. Where should I go now? It's getting late. I probably only have enough time to stop by one more place.
Alright, so we could do that.
Go have a little talk with Tobias in his store. I wouldn't mind heading to the inn either. I'm sure it would be just fun. I might even see the captain of the guard again.
Yeah, that might be something we want to do.
So where should I go next?
Because I don't know if going to Tobias would really help us with whatever's going on in that avenue.
I don't think that he would tell us anything, and Carmosa might even be there.
He's awfully Would she be there?
She
Seems like she might have left, like, this region entirely. Like, maybe going to another town or something. But either way, I think going to the inn would be a bit more fun. See if the captain of the guard's there.
The inn it is, then.
Alright, let's see. Is he around?
Something smells delicious. I wonder what's cooking in the kitchen right now. Not like it matters. I don't have any money to buy food anyway. Why am I even here? I guess my real reason for coming was to see the captain again. I was really hoping he'd be here.
So does that mean he's not here?
He was such an intriguing man. I wish I could spend a little more time getting to know him. Ah, there he is, sitting in the same corner he sat in last time. Habit? He looks like he's leaving.
Quick, catch up to him.
Wait, is he coming towards me?
I remember you. Your name is Cinders, correct?
Yes, I'm surprised you recognized me.
Well, you were on my mind. Would you care to join me for a drink?
I'd be happy to. Hang on, you were thinking about me?
Yes. You came to mind during a recent discussion I had with the prince.
Oh, I'm flattered, I think. What were you talking about exactly?
A candidate for wife, of course. Surely you've heard about the king's last wish.
Actually, I haven't.
According to the king's final wish, the prince cannot be crowned until he's found a wife for himself. So the coronation is being postponed and every noble in the kingdom is trying to foist a daughter on him. It's been very tiring for him, as many of these women are groomed for looks alone. He was losing faith. So I told him that the world still holds many bright and intelligent women, and that you're living proof.
Oh, well, I'm grateful for the compliment, but I'm not sure what else to say.
My apologies. The drink is making me more direct than it is proper. I guess so. These days, there's little to do fulfilling my duties, so I spend many hours here. Getting drunk and wasting away the day, apparently. I don't want to bore you with the small complaints of my life, and I apologize for being so curt with you the last time we met.
I understand. A lot happened, and it's no surprise that you weren't in the mood for discussion. Honestly, I should probably apologize for bothering you when you wanted to be left alone.
It wasn't a bother. I found the discussion very interesting. Listen, I know you asked about the prince last time. Are you still interested in learning more? I don't know. This is probably where it kind of splits off a bit. So what do you think?
I don't know. The prince seemed like he had some secret hidden agenda.
He did sound like he had some plan, but I don't know if it was necessarily bad. It just seemed like he was
couldn't tell.
concerned about everyone wanting to take over the kingdom for him.
Yeah. I don't know.
But should we get to know more about him? What I'm saying is, should we see what his route has in store for us?
Sure, why not? We actually know him. We don't know anything about the prince.
Yeah, we know a bit more about him already, so let's see.
Actually, I was more interested in hearing about you.
Me? I'm just a simple warrior. What's interesting about me?
Plenty of things. For starters, how did you become captain of the guard?
And does that have anything to do with all those buckles around you?
That's what we wanted to know.
Well, if you really want to know, it runs in my family.
The buckles?
My great-grandfather was a mere soldier, but he saved the king's life in battle and was rewarded with these buckles. And then my father saved the king and he was rewarded with another buckle. And then I saved the king and I have another buckle, so that's how I got 3 of them here. Well, it looks like there's some smaller ones too, but there's 3 main ones.
Well, it's his great-grandfather, so...
Oh, it's great-grandfather even.
Yeah, so there's another one.
There you go. And I don't know if I can make the screen, minimalized, but it looks like there's something around his leg too.
Yeah, I see it.
The family is granted a noble title, and the position of king's personal guard. Since then, my family's heritage has been its swordsmanship and loyalty to the crown.
So you were destined to have this position from the start?
Yes, but I accepted it with great pride and joy. It's an honor to serve the kingdom. We'll always remember that the king was grateful and kind to the man who saved him.
Didn't you ever think about doing something else with your life?
Not once. Besides, it was not my decision to make.
I don't want to be speaking out of turn, but that sounds so sad. You didn't have a choice?
There's nothing sad about it. The men in my family have been honorable soldiers for ages. I was raised on tales of my brave ancestors, and trained in combat since I was a child. When I received my first sword and joined the palace guard, I was so proud. It was the best day of my life. I felt like I could finally stand among the heroes of my family.
Do you still feel that way even now?
Not as much, but I don't blame my family or my path in life. The world is simply changing. There was a time when conflict meant a sword in the heart, but now it's a dagger in the back. These days, everything is poisonous words and false smiles. You can't tell friend from foe. Kingdoms are torn apart by whispers and false smiles now. There's no place for a man of the sword. All I have left is a corner in the inn, and the occasional desperate lowlife kidnapping a few children. I'm not the heroic savior that my ancestors were. I don't know. Should we tell him to settle down? But he's still needed in a way.
Yeah.
You still need people looking out for the good of the kingdom.
Of course. I feel like telling him to settle down is just like, give up, you're useless now.
Yeah.
I think the parents of the child you rescued would disagree. You still saved his life. Sure, you didn't get it to charge into a glorious battle, but that doesn't make you less of a hero. There's still a place in this world for brave men.
Thank you for your kind words, but you think too much of me. I'm happy I could save the child's life, but I feel terrible that I had to kill those men. They were misguided and foolish, yes, but they couldn't even defend themselves. It may be selfish, but I miss the days of the king. Back then, I could cut down my enemies in battle.
Are you saying you actually miss killing people all the time?
I'm saying I miss the days when men put their lives on the line for what they believed in. The people I used to fight knew what they were up against when they opposed the king. The killing may have been brutal, but at least it was honorable.
Didn't you ever feel bad about taking their lives?
I'm only the sword. The king is the one who wields it. The burden of guilt is on him. It's my good fortune that I served a wise king who didn't enjoy bloodshed. But that's enough of such heavy subjects. I'd rather get to know you more if you don't mind. You look like a girl from the town, but I haven't seen you around.
I don't live in the town, actually. I live in the house ruled by Lady Carmosa.
Oh, forgive me. I didn't realize that you were nobility. Your clothes give you the appearance of one of the townsfolk. I didn't know you were incognito.
It's not a disguise. This is what I wear every day. After my father passed away, Carmosa took over. She treats me as one of the servants, but without any pay. I don't even have money to spend on clothing.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's a shame your father chose Carmosa to take over the estate.
He chose her?
Isn't that what happened? Before he passed away, he should have left a will. Uh-oh, I wonder if there might be a secret will that we don't know about. The will would appoint you the next of the house. It's a shame he didn't choose you.
I've never heard anything about his will. I don't think Father would willingly put me in this situation.
That doesn't sound right at all. If Lady Carmosa wasn't appointed, she's breaking the law.
I didn't realize that. Something about this situation seems suspicious.
I hope you get it sorted out. I wish I could speak with you longer, but I must start my patrol. It was a pleasure talking with you. If you ever need anything, I'd be happy to help you.
Thank you. I'll see you then.
Take care of yourself.
This is the first time I've heard of Father's will. I wonder why he never wrote one. Unless he did write one. In that case, what happened to it?
There's a mystery to solve here.
I'll have to investigate as soon as I get the chance. Well, there's no point in sitting there in the tavern alone. I don't want to attract the wrong company.
Well, that was an interesting conversation with the captain of the guard. Nice to have spoken with him. And certainly interesting about that will. Hopefully we'll get some more information about that and we'll investigate to see what happened. If there really was a will, or maybe there's some kind of deal struck. I don't know. But until then, take care, everyone.
Bye.